Hello everyone, I hope you're doing okay. In today's video we're looking at some comforting messages for you. So these are the three piles we have today. We have blue calcite, rose quartz and amethyst for pile 1, 2 and 3. So pick the card you feel most drawn to, and down below I'll have the timestamps for your reading. So let's go do that and I'll see you in a moment. Hello pile ones, I hope you're doing okay. If you chose this blue calcite, then this reading is for you with some comforting messages for you. So we're going to pull out the first oracle, the oracle cards in general, and then we've got some other cards ready to shuffle. So the first card we have, which is the one you chose, is Healing the Motherline, Healing Ancestral Work, Motherline Growing Up. So what I'm getting already is perhaps you have been focusing a lot on healing yourself and working through maybe ancestral trauma and all that through the mother's side of your family. And what that can mean is that there are aspects that needed healing and passed down from generation to generation, like perhaps some things that you've struggled with, that perhaps some trauma is needing to be resolved through, because every woman in your mother's line has been through the suffering which perhaps you're going through now, but you are breaking that line of trauma and you're focusing on looking after yourself, taking care of it and healing that so it doesn't pass down anymore from your into your, your current ancestors. Is this ancestors? Your future children, you know what I mean. So you are working hard through that, and I think spirit and also your ancestors are really wanting to commend you for that, because you are overcoming what they didn't overcome. And even though it may be so difficult right now and things are just kind of like struggling and you may feel like you're getting nowhere, just trusting that you are overcoming things and you are making things better for all of you, really. I'm setting up the brightness. We then have surrender. With the things you're struggling with, you need to surrender and try not to worry about controlling things, because I'm kind of getting, perhaps you're trying to figure out how to heal something in your life and you're trying to figure out, oh, but I want to overcome something but I don't know how, and you maybe are feeling a bit stuck, when actually sometimes this is something that happens naturally. Like, if you're going through hard, difficult feelings right now, try not to fight them. Just surrender them in the moment and just allow them to be there, because they're not hurting you. It might feel uncomfortable, but they can't physically hurt you. And making room for them, these difficult feelings, will help them go away. Because when there's resistance and you're struggling to let go of these emotions and you're like, oh, I don't want them to hear, and you're kind of like battling them in a way, that's what makes them stay. But if you surrender and invite these difficult feelings, that's what will actually help them almost like disappear. I feel like you need to just try to relax as well. Maybe you try to control loads of things, and I feel like maybe things are getting difficult in the sense that maybe you are feeling out of control in life, and perhaps it could be in regards to your desires or something you're trying to work through. Maybe something isn't going to plan as well, and you're trying to maybe follow your dreams because maybe your parents, especially on your mother's side, maybe she didn't get to do that because, maybe having a child with responsibilities got in the way. Not saying you got in the way, but she put her focus on you. Or it could be, other aspects, especially back in the days when, depending on how old you are, but like your mothers back in the day, being women, they wouldn't have had the rights that we have today, or women have today, and perhaps she couldn't follow her dreams because it wasn't acceptable for a woman to do that back in her times. And same with them, her mothers as well. Women didn't have the rights like we did, especially in this side of the world, in the Western, I don't know about Eastern cultures, but perhaps that's what you're trying to do, and perhaps you're trying to honor that by making things happen. And if things aren't going to 100% plan, just surrender, because answers will come to you. And maybe having to heal some of that trauma behind making things work, by healing that and just trusting the process and being like, okay, I can make this happen, but it doesn't have to happen right now. And if things aren't working out right this moment, trusting that a solution will come to you. And I feel like your ancestors are really backing you up with this and are guiding you. So maybe you need to try to be more receptive and open to it. We do actually have truth be told, which also makes me think that they're helping you. Maybe that your mother line's ancestors have guidance for you to help you get there, and perhaps you need to try and be open to hear these messages, and perhaps you can do this through meditation. For some of you it could be through dreams, but I feel like in regards to whether it's your healing or trying to overcome a problem in following your dreams, like, I think maybe you're working too hard and you just need to relax of trying to find a solution, take a break, and when you do so, answers will come to you for your ancestors. Because sometimes when you're kind of like, I feel like there is some healing needing to do in regards to this. Some of you may feel like you need to work super hard in order to make your dreams happen, and I am getting they are going to happen, but you need to relax a bit, because you kind of feel like you have to be constantly work when actually you need to surrender and allow things to happen. And maybe I think you need to use your spirituality, tap into your clairs, your intuition, to gain guidance into how to move forward in your career. And when you do so, you'll get more guidance with that. I said career, so I'm guessing for most of you it is career, or like achieving a goal. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. All right, we're going to use a tea leaf oracle. So we have barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals, which makes sense with the situation. We have announcement, bell, and hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Okay, this makes so much sense. So you need to rest. Take a vacation from this in terms of just surrender, literally relax. We have announcement and truth to be told. When you relax and like surrender and just kind of allow yourself to take that break you are probably needing. I feel like you're overwhelmed because you're trying to make this work, and I feel like the more you're panicking of how am I going to make this work, you're trying to work harder, you're getting yourself burnout, and you're just struggling. You need to relax, heal a bit, take moments to heal yourself and maybe these limiting thought patterns. But when you take time for yourself and look after yourself, this is when you're going to get the guidance, truth be told, announcement. This is when you're going to like hear back and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to relax, I need to surrender. And then guidance will come to you, because you are feel like something isn't working right now. You are lacking in this area, but you'll get the word from, I'm assuming, your ancestors saying this is what you need to do. But you need, in order for you to do that, you need to listen. To be able to listen, you need to be at peace, you need to relax, just chill. And when you do so, things will fall into place and it'll be okay and it'll work out. I'm now going to use my very first tarot deck I got ever. I just felt drawn to this. I haven't used it in quite a while, but I'm going to pull some tarot cards, and I love this because it has some crystals. I'll just show you an example. Like here we've got crystals. This is 6 of Wands, success. You know, I'll take it because we literally just pulled it. So we have success. I'm proud of what I achieve and I set my rewards. So this is a good indication that like you will achieve what you need to achieve. Actually, because it is bottom deck energy, I will put this here. All right, let's actually see what cards want to fly out, but that's quite a good indication that you will have success and you will achieve and be able to accept your rewards once you hear what you need to do. Okay, comforting messages for pile 1, please. What do we need to know? Death. I let go and embrace new beginnings. So with this difficult period, perhaps you need to let go of this trauma and the difficulty. And I feel like once you do so, you have a lot more easiness. We have the Lovers. I entrust my knowing and make a commitment. So what I'm getting with this is not necessarily to do with love, but, you know, trusting your knowing and making a commitment. So I feel like I'm actually going to shuffle one more card. I feel called to. Then I'll start your reading. All right, what do we need to know, please? One more card. Wheel of Fortune. Trust whatever the universe brings me. Okay, there is a lot of trust here. So I feel like you need to let go of how you're doing things now, because it's not serving you. It is stressing you out. You're kind of like panicking, thinking how you're going to make your desires work, and you're just not in a good place right now. You need to take a break and pause to relax and look after yourself. And with that, you need to try to connect with spirit or your ancestors and surrender, because then what you'll get is like a knowing, an announcement, a message from them of what you need to do. When you get this, you got to trust your knowing and make the commitment to keep doing this and doing what you need to do to make this happen. But this isn't just solely you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I trust whatever the universe brings me. You need to trust the process. Stop feeling like you can do everything yourself and make it happen and be like, okay, I can only make this happen because if I work on this and got to do that. You are co-creating with the universe. Stop feeling like you're alone in this. The universe wants to help you. Your ancestors wants to help you. We all have, oh, I say we, I'm kind of like speaking from the point of the spirit, but we all have the same intentions for you. We want to see you succeed. You're not alone. We're here to help you. If you need help, just sit down, be at peace, and we'll show you where to go and what to do next. But in order for that to happen, you need to let us in. I kind of just like channeled that. That's interesting. But anyway, when you do so and co-create with the universe, we have this one. I'm proud of what I achieve and set my rewards. You'll have the success you need to make this happen. Okay? That's what you need to know. Alright, I'm going to be using these goddess cards. I will be honest, the pictures of the cards are going to completely ruin the vibes of this. We've got like such a pretty spread going on here, and this card is going to completely throw it off, but the messages are very good. These are just little messages for you that you need to know in regards to this. So, messages for pile 1, please. Okay. Respect yourself enough to say, I deserve peace, and walk away from people or things that prevent you from attaining it. Yeah, you deserve to have peace from your life. You don't need to have stressful situations. And if this is stressing you out, this is the time to let go, figure things out, and actually lead from what makes you happy. You don't need to live this stressful life to have happiness in the long term and to achieve your goals. Things can come to you with ease, and we come, especially in the Western world, we're in a society where we're like made to believe that we need to work so hard and kind of like almost break ourselves to get our desires, when actually you don't have to do that. Life provides what I need, who I need, and when my soul is open and ready to receive, literally. I think you need to get into a state where you are open to receiving your desires. And that's what I'm kind of getting, surrendering. When you do so, things will fall into your place. You do feel like you're alone in terms of you have to make this happen. I feel like that's the wound you need to heal. Step more into your feminine energy. And once you do so, things will be a lot more easier. And guidance will come to you. Alright, let's get some final messages. We have origins. Remembering your roots. Literally your roots, your ancestors. But literally, it can also be remember who you are and what you want to do. Maybe you've got lost so hard at work trying to make this happen that you forgot why you want to do this. Which I think for some of you, what I'm getting, you are wanting to live that peaceful and happy life. And like, perhaps maybe for some of you, it is like starting a business of passive income. So in the future, you can sit back and relax more. You don't have to work a 9 to 5 to make this happen. But by doing so, you're working even more harder and like stressing you out to the point where you're like, is this even worth it? Because you're just feeling like you need to make this happen by working so hard, when actually maybe you just need to refigure things out, find a different way to do it. Get guidance from your higher self, God, your ancestors, literally, spirit team, your intuition. There is guidance there for you to have, to be heard, but you won't get that until you step back, set the intentions of refiguring things out and doing things to provide ease to you. And once you do so, you'll feel so much more at peace. Trust me, Power Ones. Like, you need to be more in your spirituality as well. Maybe going in nature could benefit you, because these are kind of like nature cards. Once you do so, life will be so much easier, and you have the 6 of Wands here, that success, rewards, making things happen. Okay, couple more cards. Oh, we have literally retreat. Oh my gosh, you need to look after yourself, go on holiday, relax for a bit, because you are stressed out. And I think you needed to hear this. The comforting message here is that you need to comfort yourself and look after yourself. We have humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. Have humility to the situation. And yourself. Don't be like, oh wow, I'm such an idiot, I should have done this, blah, 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 blah. Don't go hurting yourself, blaming yourself. This is okay. Don't compare your progress to other people as well. Don't do any comparisons, because that will hurt you. We are all on our own individual journeys. And you will get your goal, okay? You will get it. But now is the time to figure out how to do it and come up with a new plan of action. Because whatever you're doing is not working, and you might not be happy about hearing that. But this is co-creation with the universe. Set your intentions of what you want to do. Connect to the divine, and they'll help you get the guidance. A message is going to come to you on how you can make this work for you, okay? Trust that. You need to trust it and commit to it as well. And trust that the universe is going to make things happen for you. But in order for that to happen, you need to trust it and allow it to happen. Stop feeling like you have to control everything. You don't have to. Anyway, Power Ones, I hope that resonates. I do have personal readings available if you're interested, as well as coaching sessions and tarot coaching sessions. So the information will be down below if you are interested. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you all very soon for another reading. Bye, guys. Hello, Power Twos. If you chose this rose quartz, and this reading is for you, and we're going to get some comforting messages for you. Power One's reading, oh my god, okay. It was intense, and I am excited to see how this reading is going to go. But for your oracle card that you chose, you got the Mystic Rose: compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. So we have some oracle cards we're going to read out first. Then we have some tarot cards and a couple more oracle cards I'm going to shuffle on camera. But yeah, let's just start off with this. I feel like you either need to, or are starting to, or like it's just clarification, just take it however it is to you, because it is a general reading. But you are devoting yourself to something. I feel like perhaps maybe you are thinking about it. You have an idea that I'm guessing some of you, it's like humanity work, like charity work, or something that is going to provide like service to humanity. Like it could be writing a book to help spread a message in regards to something, to bring hope, or doing service to humanity. It could be a career like therapy, or being a life coach, being an influencer, but kind of like talking about what's the word, like, you know, a message like, you know, spirituality, or like bringing a message to humanity where you are wanting to hope. I'm kind of feeling this is my starseed pile, and I feel like you're getting these ideas of wanting to do something to make it happen, but maybe you are kind of not there yet, and maybe with your situation you're not able to do it, and perhaps you're thinking, okay, I want to make this happen but I don't know how, and you're kind of in this area where you're trying to figure things out. All right, let's get some oracle cards. We have take charge and action. So quite literally, now's the time for you to take charge and action of your desires and making things happen. And once you do so, I think perhaps you've done all the thinking and planning. You can kind of see with her here, there's like little sunshine. It's making me think of thinking. It looks like she's had the ideas, it's been thinking. And now this person is like taking charge and taking action. And perhaps maybe the comforting message you're needing is confirmation that this is the right thing to do. And now's the time to step ahead and make this happen for you. So that is what I'm getting there. A message in a bottle. Yeah, so quite literally, you need to provide a message to the universe, to the people here. But also it could be maybe you're trying to figure out, okay, I want to take action and do the first steps, but maybe you're just kind of like, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to make this happen. When you start taking action and starting committing to this and be like, okay, we're going to make this happen, it's going to work, we're going to start doing this. Like, you know, if you start writing a book, literally just write out chapter 1 and just write some gobbledygook down. It doesn't have to be perfect. Trust me, I know, I've written a book. And what will happen is messages will start coming in. And if you are writing a book, okay, I'm just going to talk about my experience because I've finished writing a book. I'm in the process of getting it published in terms of like finding a literary agent. Anyway, there were some chapters where like, I don't know what I'm going to write. But what I did was, because mine's a spiritual book, it's like, you know, along that realm, so it's a self-help book. And there were some chapters where like, I don't really know how I'm going to write this. I don't know what I'm going to do. But what I did is I just started doing, you know, chapter 15. I just started writing, and all of a sudden the messages just started flowing in. And what I'm getting is the minute you start doing this and start taking action and committing to it, I feel like you are going to receive the information to help you to do it. And it's going to start flowing in as you start doing it, because it's almost like the universe is like, okay, we're not going to help you until, I mean, they're always going to help you, but we're not going to start doing things until you have started to take the action to show, yes, I am making this happen. So yeah, let's get the tea leaf oracle cards. We have purse, pay attention to your finances, target, a goal-oriented person, hat, you'll be playing a different role. Okay. Maybe the reason why you haven't started this is because you are worried about, like, you know, your finances. And for example, let's say you're wanting to change job and it does require that you're thinking, well, how am I going to get the finance to do this? Or maybe you're thinking, how can I afford to do this? And I think you are in a place where you're trying to figure out how to do stuff. You are definitely a goal-oriented person. You are going to make this happen, but you need to take charge and do it. And the different role is making me think like, okay, you were thinking, but now you're the doer. You're going to make this happen. Your role is to make your desires happen. And when you do so, things will fall into place. I think this is more of a situation where you have to trust the universe that because you want this, it will happen for you. But you just need to show and prove to the universe by taking that first step that you are wanting this. in order for things to kind of like fall into place and to actually happen. If you are worried about your finances, literally pay attention to them. Wait a little bit longer, save up so you can afford to do it. Sorry about that, I just ran out of storage. Anyway, you need to like start saving up and figuring out, okay, I'm going to make this happen, and start checking on your finances so you can afford to do this. You got to commit to this, and once you do so, that's when things will start falling into place. You are going to be playing a different role where you're like, okay, I'm coming from a place of doing this, and now I'm dedicating my life to making my dreams happen. And it is you stepping into a new role where you are making your goals happen. And I think maybe you're just needing that encouragement because there is that hesitancy there. Now, I'm going to shuffle this tarot deck. Fun fact, this is my first tarot deck I ever bought or got myself in general. This is what I started practicing on, and I felt cool to using this today. It's been a while, so let's get some messages. So, messages for pile to choose about this, please. Six of Swords. Know that peaceful times will come. So you could be in a place where you feel like things are all over the place, and perhaps maybe your situations, especially financially, aren't looking favorable right now, where you feel like you can afford to do this. And I think it is a challenging time. Maybe you are overthinking this all as well and thinking, how am I going to make this happen? I'm like panicking and all that. And I feel like maybe you just need to trust that things will work out. I am getting that you are very supported. Try to calm your mind and stop having worries and fears like this will only happen, you know, I don't know what I was trying to get there, but like, you know, you need to know that this can happen for you and you can make this happen. If things are difficult, you can overcome it. There's always opportunities to overcome. This isn't going to be forever. Three of Cups. Embrace joyful opportunities. So, you know, I feel like when you start taking the action, that's when opportunities are going to come to you, and you're going to be like, oh wow, I didn't think this would happen. And it literally will be the opportunity for you to like thrive and make your desires happen and really enjoy the process of making your desires happen. Perhaps maybe even for some of you, you need to get some help with this. Four of Wands. The universe brings all I need to feel blissful. Literally what I'm saying. Trusting the universe that it can come to you. The Four of Wands is also about stability and making things happen for the long term. So, you know, I feel like this is something you can do. This isn't the time to hesitate. I am getting now as a time to charge forwards, take action, be like, okay, we're going to make my desires happen, because there is something that the universe is wanting from you, like your services. You have a message to spread, and I feel like you can make your desires happen no matter your current situation. We have, I calmly make the best possible decision. This is a decision of you doing it and making it happen. Now's the time for you to choose what am I going to do, how am I going to do it, when, where, what, you know, all the W's and H. Spirit is looking very favorably at you for this, and this is an exciting opportunity for you, because you're going to be able to speak your truth. And when you allow yourself to do that, the universe is going to reward you for it. Maybe you feel like, for some of you, I'm getting that speaking your truth has been something difficult in the past because people weren't there to listen, or you didn't feel like you were being listened and it left you feeling unvalid. The people who need to hear you will hear you. Your message will find the right people. You have a change, or you can make a difference. You need to put yourself out there and make that difference, because the world needs you, Pile 2. There is something you have to offer, and you have the ideas. You might not know how you're going to get those ideas out, but just do it. Just do something, even if it's researching. And when you do, things will fall into place for you. The challenge is getting started. And you might be all over in your mind. Swords is all about like your mind and thinking. And the fact that it says, I know peaceful times will come, is indicating that it is not peaceful in your mind right now. You're trying to figure out what the best thing to do about this is. And Spirit is saying, you can overcome this. Just start doing it. Like, the universe is going to provide for you, but you have to make that decision to start making your desires happen. Okay, I'm now going to shuffle this deck. Okay, I'll be honest, this does not go the vibe at all. As you can see, we're kind of ruining this beautiful looking spread we have going, but these are some very good messages which could help benefit you. So, comforting messages for part 2. Sometimes we are like the sun and moon. It takes darkness before our light can emerge. Wow. So, I'm kind of getting, so maybe it could indicate you've been through difficult times. Maybe in general life has been difficult. But because of that, you've learned lessons. And now is the time for you to teach others that lesson. And your mind's going through the battle of like, what are people going to think? Am I qualified for this? Can I do this? Is this the right thing for me to do? You have that passion there. Now's the time to overcome the difficulty. You need to step out of your darkness. Now, you have had that darkness and your light is about to come through. This is your time, parties. But for it to actually happen, for your time to happen, you got to step out and commit to it and dedicate yourself to it. And once you do so, that's when blessings will come. All right, let's get another one. This is for pile 2, please. Oh, okay, we're gonna get this one. Literally, I am physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to enter a new phase in my life. I am ready to grow and get better. Spirit is saying you are ready for this. You are there. You might have some blockages making you think, like your ego thinking, is this the right thing to do? Am I going to do that? But the ego is always going to panic. It has its best interest for you because of your past experiences. But no matter what you've been through, you are now ready to commit to your desires and to make them happen. You are so ready, parties. You need to spread that message you have to offer because you are going to be changing lives. Okay, I'm now going to finish off with this oracle deck. So, any final messages for pile 2s, please? We have 2 cards here. Strength. You have all the strength you need. And growth. Literally, I'm ready to grow and get better. You know, I feel like you have grown so much and you're still growing. And you've come through so much with the strength. And now's the time to spread that to others. The knowledge you've gained, the experiences you've had, to share that with the world. Transform. Literally, you are transforming people's lives. You have transformed so much. Get out your head. You're ready. You are ready for this, pile 2s. Make it happen now. Take action. I want you, since listening to this reading, to commit to yourself and be like, okay, I am going to do this one step. Like, just pick one action now towards your desires. What one thing can you do to make your desires happen? I think your comforting message is just knowing that you are ready. You are so ready for this. Okay, parties? That's what I'm getting for your message. I hope that resonated for you and brought you clarity you needed. Don't forget, I do have personal readings as well as manifestation coaching and tarot reading coaching sessions where it's a combination of both, really. And yes, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye, guys. Hello powderies, I hope you're doing amazing. If you chose this amethyst crystal, it's quite a light one as well, and this reading is for you. My dog just entered my room, so if you hear any noise or him opening the door, that is him. But for your oracle card, we have Release the Petals, Transformation, Death and Rebirth, Shedding, All Change. And I forgot to mention, this is comforting comforting messages you need to hear right now. So let's see what we have. That is my dog, sorry about that. Okay, so I do feel like you are going through this transformation right now where things are like changing. You're going through things, and I feel like maybe it's being hard on you and you're needing some comfort in regards to that. So that is what you shall get. And also, I've noticed the previous messages, or like the previous readings we've had with pile 1 and 2, they've had guidance and all that. I'm kind of feeling a confusing energy here. My mind's all mixed up a bit, and when that kind of happens, I feel like it is picking up your energy where things are a bit all over the place and like you're trying to figure out where to go, and maybe there's some uncertainty of how things are going to happen. Maybe there's this change or uncertainty of when you're like, maybe some of you have something in mind and you're like, okay, obviously you're confused about the situation, because I'm feeling the confusion, but maybe you're unsure when something's going to happen for you. Like, okay, an example I'm getting is like, maybe trying to find when you're going to get a job. Maybe you're going to trying to figure out when something's going to happen for you, you know, or maybe there's just this change and you want to know when it's going to be over and things are going to settle down. I just kind of have this feeling that you're wanting answers as well, and I think you're wanting these answers to have some stability in this from this change. So we're going to see if we can provide that for you. But yeah, let's get some oracle cards. We're going to do oracle cards, tarot cards, and then more oracle cards. Literally opportunity and change. I think what we need to do is, when change is happening in your life, you need to have the perspective of, okay, change is happening, it's not the most funnest thing, however, change is opportunity. You have the opportunity to almost like start again, start fresh, and kind of like make your life what you want it to be. Okay, yes, it might feel a bit unsettled and you need to release the past and try to like create as little resistance as possible, because that'll make the process a lot more easier. But when you do so, I feel like this change is something that's going to bring you blessings, and it may not feel like it right now. For some of you, it may even feel like this is the, I don't want to say the end of your life, but you know what the vibe, I'm kind of feeling like, oh, it's all over, you know, this is like the start of the end, the beginning of the end, you know. And I think Spirit is wanting you to change your perspective on this and try and find the opportunity in it. With Yang. Okay. Now stereotypically, I would say you want to be in your yin side, which is the feminine energy. But we're getting advice for the masculine energy. So perhaps maybe you have been surrendering and thinking, okay, like this is happening, I don't want it to happen, you're just surrendering. When actually, maybe you need to step into your masculine energy, and okay, you can't physically do anything because this change is happening, whatever, but maybe start thinking about it masculine. Think of the opportunities you can make yourself. I want you to get a list or a bit of paper and create a list on how the things are changing, whereas for some of you, especially this time of year, maybe you're finishing of education and now you're getting into a point where you're like doing work and you're kind of freaking out and you're like, where am I going to go from this? Get a list and write all the good opportunities for you. If it's something else, you know, just write down a list and try to figure out how this change can benefit you, and write all the opportunities you can get from this change. And when you do so, that'll kind of help change your mindset and make you feel better about this. We're going to use these tea leaf oracle cards now. So we have Wool, misunderstanding. Okay, Spirit is saying you have a misunderstanding about this change. Oh, almost like, okay, this is not happening for me, and like you're kind of thinking, oh, this is like made things worse, I don't know what's going on, blah 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 blah, when actually Spirit is creating this opportunity for you, literally opportunity, and to make things good. And like you're kind of seeing this as bad when Spirit is seeing this as a good thing. And I think you have that misunderstanding almost like of Spirit's intentions for you, and they just want you to be aware of that. We then have funnel, a period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So yeah, you know, it is frustrating, especially when a change is happening that we don't want to change. When we were perfectly happy with how something was, you are wanting it to stay that way. You're wanting that stability, and Spirit has just ripped that away, and now you are feeling like you have nothing, and maybe not nothing, but you feel like your comfort's been taken away, and you're kind of feeling all frustrated about it, when actually, yeah, there are lessons to be learned. How can you bring more comfort to you and all that? And how can you bring that stability to you? Okay, we then actually have the months of the year card, which is July. So I didn't shuffle this card, like when I was shuffling them, they're all kind of combined into one massive deck. I'll just quickly show you so you just get an idea. So it wasn't the case I was purposely shuffling to get that. So basically, as you can see, we have different colours, and these purple ones are months of the year, which in this case is January. So I just wanted to show to you, like, I didn't intentionally get out that card, that just flew out and I went with it. So I'm kind of getting July time could be significant to you in terms of when maybe you'll find this thing that'll make things better, you know, this change will be done, or like, you know, July is going to be significant in regards to this. So just, and you know, if you're reading this reading literally when I'm doing this now, when I release it, we're currently in the end of May, so that's not long, that's like a month and a bit, and you know, it may be closer then. And perhaps maybe if it's after July, it could be the January I just showed you, perhaps, but you know, it could just be July that's significant. So just take note of that. Now that's what I have in regards to these oracle cards. I'm now going to get my tarot deck, and this one is actually one that I first ever got. This is my first ever tarot deck, so it's quite sentimental, and this is everything I learned tarot on. And I'll be honest, it's very difficult because, as you can tell, there's no pictures to read from, so I had to proper learn. And honestly, best decision I made, this deck. Okay, so we're going to use tarot to get some messages in regards to this, which came out here. Page of Swords, I take care of the detail and stay in control, which is quite like the Yang. I think Spirit is wanting you to create the opportunities. Maybe some of you have been in your Yang energy and thinking, okay, whatever's meant to come for me will come for me. I'm going to sit back, relax, and just see what happens. When actually Spirit has created the opportunity for this to get honestly removed from your life. And now it's up to you to make that change, make that difference to benefit your life. And when you do so, that's when, again, blessings will like come in, and that's how opportunities will come and like things will work out. Spirit, this is your time now. That's what I'm getting. This is your time to make this happen and to make things work for you. So I'm sorry that it's not like a pre-planned thing. It could be, and that now is just, you know, now it's just your turn to discover it. We now have the Two of Wands. I focus on what I want and I make it happen, literally. Now's the time to make your desires happen, to make it work. Think about what you want and make it happen. Literally, that's all I need to say with that. This is a big opportunity. There's lessons to be learned here, and you can make it happen by July time. If you start taking action today and making moves towards, it could be, again, for some of you, applying for jobs. You know, you might have to do that. Have a think what kind of jobs you want, make a CV and perfectly cater it for this specific jobs you might want to do. You know, this is a great opportunity, and I think you're just needing a perspective change and to start doing something about it. Stop being in victim mode. We have the Hierophant. I'm ready to love and learn. Be ready to love this new change and beginning. Love this process. We have Amethyst here, and that's Amethyst. And that's Ametrine, which is Amethyst and Citrine, which is interesting. Because Citrine's all about success, making things happen. And Amethyst is all about stability, surrendering, trusting. So literally getting that balance. And Garnet's all about passion if you're interested. So this is very interesting. Now's the time to make it happen. Here we go. 8 of Swords. I release myself from self-inflicted binds. Pile 3s. I think, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, yes, you're needing this comfort from this change, but I think if you keep getting comforted about it and be like, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. Yes, that can be good for now, but I think the real comfort is now. It's up to you to create the life you want and to make it happen. I'm kind of seeing a lot of blue and it's made me think of throat chakra. Speak your truth. What do you want in life? And also some sacral, which is all about passion as well. Makes sense. Now's the time to make your desires happen. Make it happen. You can do that. The Spirit has created an opportunity for this opportunity of change. You need to change your mindset from being like a victim, like, oh, this has happened to me, I don't know what to do. Use this as the opportunity for excitement and making things happen for you. And once you do so, you'll look back at this and be like, wow, this was a huge blessing. But you need to dedicate yourself and be like, okay, time to make this work for me, time to like make changes and all that. All right, we now have this oracle deck. I'm going to be honest, the vibe of this is going to completely ruin this beautiful kind of theme we have going, but the messages are great. So I'm going to get a couple of these cards and see what messages want to come out. So messages for pile 3. Oh, okay, we literally had 2 cards come out. So surround yourself with people who clearly love your light and add to it. And it is vitally important that you stay alert. Synchronicities will occur regularly, but you have to be attuned to them to notice them. So I think these are some more general comforting messages. If you are needing that comfort, I know it's been a bit of a more of a speaking to, but like, come on, get your act together. But if you are struggling right now, surround yourself with people who love you and realize that they are there for you. You are not alone in this. And I think you need to realize that. Yes, things are difficult, okay? And that's okay. Your feelings are valid. But, you know, you can't stay feeling sorry for yourself forever. You know, if you are wanting to make a change and you've decided, okay, I want to do something that's right for me, be alert, because when you're on the right track and start making moves towards your desires and making things happen with this change, you know, moving forward from it, synchronicities will be there. Obviously you have to be attuned to them, but being attuned to them can actually be being attuned to the right path so you can notice them. So make sure, like, you know, you meditate, have some time to yourself to relax. Again, if your mind's all over the place and you're struggling, meditation is a really good way to help overcome things. All right, just shuffle this deck and get some messages that wants to come out. So we have opportunities. Literally, this is an opportunity, and now's the time for you to realize that this is an opportunity. This is amazing, pile 3s. We have transform. You can transform your life. You can make your life amazing and make something great from this opportunity, you know. This is something to really look forward to. Idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the grass. Yeah, take some time out to look after yourself, you know. Relax. But when you lie on the grass, think to yourself, what would I like to make from this? What opportunities could I get? You know, just like look for the opportunities and then start acting on them, because we do have the yang energy. But this is the opportunity to make something amazing from your life. You just need to realize that, pile theories. And once you do, you'll kind of be out of that phase where you're kind of beating yourself up a little bit and just kind of like, oh, things aren't working out for me, what do I do, blah 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 blah, and being in that victim state of mind. But then you'll be in a state where you're like, you know, I'm going to thrive, I'm going to make the most out of this. This is a blessing of opportunity to me. Change is opportunity. And when you realize that, you'll start taking the action, making things happen. You know, this is a misunderstanding from you. This isn't like something happening to you to like punish you or anything. This was created for you, and it is frustration, but learn the lesson, learn that lesson, and things will go with the flow more. I feel like there is a lot of resistance to whatever's happening, and that's okay, because it's scary. Change is so scary, but you are fine. I want you to sit in your room right now, or wherever you are. Just notice right now, you are sitting here, you are okay. That's all you need. You have the air that you're breathing. That's all you need to survive. You are okay. And when you realize this and kind of relax your mind, because it's going all overload and just panicking, you'll realize things are okay. And actually, yes, there is opportunity for this. You can make life what you want to make it. And that's exciting. And yeah, that's what I have for you, pile theories. I hope that resonated for you and brought you clarity you needed. I do have personal readings available, as well as manifestation coaching sessions and tarot reading coaching sessions, where I basically combine coaching tarot into one thing. So I hope that resonated for you and brought you clarity you needed. Subscribe to me for more content like this, and also like this video just to let me know that you enjoyed it. And I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye guys.